Hey, good morning. It's good to be here today. Alexa, you can pause. I have my smoothie in front of me. Always causes me a little, acid reflux. Not anything outrageous or anything like that. That's two. That's three. My name's Elle Cameron. This is my YouTube channel, Elle Cameron 333. This is where I get to post or say what I got to check my microphone too. I did. I get to post or say what I want to say and post. And I have learned that I need to censor myself before YouTube censors me or someone else censors me. That's like six, just right there. Six ums. I'm not going to start again. So this is my YouTube channel. This is me being me. The videos that you see are my creative work that I put out. A lot of times I post my opinion about different things. So I do look at it as a place for me to share my art form. This is my art medium, and making like the videos that I make and the other content that I make. It's very enjoyable. I really enjoy it. I have for a really long time. So it's fun to get different video ideas and then see how I can put them together. But then the other thing is that I want to talk about current events as well. So each week I've been doing like Monday news, like local news things, and Tuesday is around social and restorative justice for workers. Wednesdays is Wack-a-Doodle Wednesdays, and then Fridays are Compassionate Fridays. And I've been doing this for about 6 weeks. I've got a lot of encouragement from people who are here that I, present in my life. And those comments have been really good, and a lot of things I'm taking into consideration. So it's hopeful as well. Having this YouTube channel in this form is hopeful for me as well. That's 2 times I've said as well, but I didn't say the other word. So today is Wack-a-Doodle Wednesdays, and I thank you for watching when you watch, checking me out when you check me out, hanging out with me when you can. My chair is not rolling very well. So I am very, very grateful. I'm very grateful for Google and the YouTube and the metaverse that YouTube has created or is now. Like, it's just such a phenomenal thing that, YouTube is available to entertain us 24/7 in a multitude of ways that just have never ever seen before. We have a multitude of ways to communicate with each other like never before in history. So when they say history repeats, there was the invention of the printing press and then newspapers. That was still an increase in knowledge for the mass public. But what we've got now with social media is this increase in knowledge and communication like never before. So instantaneous. And I think that when we look at history repeating is one of the things that history is not going to repeat right now, because because we've gained so much communication, we can avoid some of the things that happened in the past because we can communicate today. One of the first things is climate issues, right? We can talk openly and honestly about climate issues and what we as local people are doing to mitigate that and therefore impact a global scale. All right. So with that being said, I love my smoothies. Today is Wack-a-Doodle Wednesdays. And that means that we do the dumpster fire of the week. And last week and the last couple of weeks, we were all about, the government shutdown and that whole disaster and constitutional crisis. And now we're dealing with this, which is just wackadoodle. All right. So Epstein files, right? The Epstein files. So here I go. Welcome to the dumpster fire of the week, where reality takes a vacation. Trump spent months calling the Epstein files a Democrat hoax, insisting they should stay sealed. Then poof, he flips. demanding Republicans vote to release them. Suddenly, he's the champion of transparency, except only if the files embarrass Democrats. Meanwhile, Wyoming's own delegation split. Hageman and Lummis voted yes. Barrasso said no. Translation, even in the cowboy state, the rodeo of loyalty is bucking hard. The dumpster fire isn't Trump's flip-flop. It's the spectacle of turning victims' justice into partisan cosplay. All right, tweet translator, Truth Social translator time, Trump post. House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide. Translation, I realize blocking these files looks bad, so now I'll pretend it was my idea all along, and if anything ugly comes out, I'll just blame the Democrats. It's like watching a magician pull a rabbit out of a hat, except the rabbit is a subpoena and the hat is full of contradictions. Here, let's go with the Rashomon recap. All right. Let's Rashomon this circus. Trump's camp. He's bold. He's a bold transparency hero. House Republicans nearly unanimous, casting it as a bipartisan accountability. Barrasso? Nope. Calling it a Democrat move. Fueling suspicion of a cover-up. Victims and advocates? Cautious relief, but wary of political games. Media? Surreal reversal. Trump both the blocker and the liberator. Wyoming angle, Hageman and Lummis side the transparency horse. Barrasso stays in the barn. Same event, 5 spins, 1 dizzy audience. And now for the democracy damage report. And if you don't think I'm having fun with this, guys, I am. Like, this is funny. This is good stuff, and I am enjoying sharing it with you. Democracy damage report. Institutions bent like lawn chairs. Months of Trump's resistance eroded trust in the DOJ. Congress had to stage a 427-1 vote just to pry open files that should have been public. Executive power flexed like a muscle cramp. Trump stalled, then spun, proving disclosure depends on presidential mood swings. Wyoming's delegation is fractured, showing even local trust lines are cracking. The damage isn't just delayed justice, it's the normalization of secrecy as strategy. Nothing says we the people like we the donors, we the gatekeepers. And my satirical soundbite. Breaking news from the Office of Imaginary Transparency. Today, I proudly announce that I am the champion of transparency. The Epstein files will be released unless they mention me, in which case they are fake, rigged, redacted, and part of the Democratic hoax. But otherwise, total transparency, the most transparent in history, maybe ever. End quote. America, please clap. All right, that's my Wack-a-Doodle Wednesdays. I'll break those up into shorts. I might record them. Thank you very much. I'll share a quick personal story. Like, this is really, a couple of Mondays ago, my mic wasn't on, and I shared a story about what it means to be Wyoming resilient. And there's a lot to that story. So what I decided to do today was tell you one of the ways you can see Wyoming resilience is if you were living out in the county, out on acreage, out in the county with horses, like chicken coop thing, and your sheepdog goes over into the neighbor's yard. And because your dog is a herder, wants to herd his sheep, but he decides the thing he needs to do is shoot her and not tell you. So Wyoming resilience means you're out in the county. Your dog gets into your neighbor's sheep pen, but it's a sheep dog. It's not a wolf. And your neighbor shoots him and her, and then doesn't bother to tell you, even though they know you've been out calling for your dog for days. That's Wyoming resilience. There's more to that story. It's also triggering. We can tell. Probably not the happiest end note, but it's true. And when you live through something like that, I don't know if it's resilience because it, like forgiveness. I'm doing the affirmators, by the way. Forgiveness, nah. I got plenty of space in my life to not forgive that man. Like I'm okay carrying that burden on my shoulders of not forgiving that man. Oh, but then I get this. No judgment. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? All right, folks. Alexa, would you pick some music to play? Alexa, will you play some music for me?
Here's a mix for you on Amazon Music.
You guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. I got more. We'll see where this goes. Oh man, this is good.
Where you going, Rusty James? To crumble on knives and chains.
It's a good day.
What you doing? There's just say what you think.